How many of you here do not like the fact that we are banned from carrying firearms in a restaurant that happens to serve alcohol? Woo! Yeah. How many of you would like to see that go away? Yeah! Does everybody see that building right behind you? Yeah! Yes! All of you here today need to be here Wednesday. Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., Senate Bill 239 is going to have proponent testimony. That bill is going to fix restaurant carry, it's going to fix some of the car carry provisions, the kind of moronic provision, and somebody let me know if that's going to fall on my head, please. Some of the horrible provisions we have that make absolutely no sense in the law right now. You know, people talk about, one of the reasons we're here is in order to redress grievances, and we have a grievance against Ohio law, and we're here to redress it. And those people who work in that building behind us work for us. All of you employ the representatives that work in that building, and you need to convey to them your message. Tell them what you want so that they can adequately represent you. And what you want is for this bill to be passed. It's unanimously backed by Ohioans for Concealed Carry, Buckeye Firearms Association, and the National Rifle Association. We're all behind this bill, all committed to getting it passed, but we need your help in order to make that happen. So I hope I'll see as many people here Wednesday as there are here today in order to get that passed. So, you guys didn't come here to listen to me ramble, so I'm going to cut it short here, and I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Our first speaker is actually the sponsor of Senate Bill 239, Senator Tim Grendell.
Well, thank you very much, and good afternoon. Good afternoon to fellow patriots. First of all, let me thank you for being here to stand up for our rights to bear arms. It is a right that is guaranteed by the United States Constitution, and even more importantly, it's a right that's more specifically guaranteed by Article 1 of the Ohio Constitution, which recognizes our right to bear arms for our personal defense and security. Now, I'm one of those purists. I believe that law-abiding citizens, when they're given rights by the U.S. Constitution and the Ohio Constitution, have that right, and that right can't be infringed by government. And that's why I supported the Vermont style, the Alaska style. I believe that we sometimes in government get it backwards, because there's a small percentage of people who violate the rights and violate the laws. We sometimes pass laws that take away the rights from the majority. We should do it the other way around. If you have rights and you're law-abiding citizens, we shouldn't interfere with those rights. We should make sure that we pass laws, though, that take care of those who violate the privileges and rights, who break the laws. Those are the people we should be concentrating on, not you, the law-abiding citizenry. And while I appreciate we have some law enforcement folks here today, and we are blessed in Ohio to have many good members of law enforcement who are sworn to protect us, they can't be everywhere all the time. And that's why Article 1 gives you the right to bear arms for your own personal defense and security. I have to say that if we passed a law that said the news media had to report the truth, nothing but the truth, and do so in a fair and impartial way, they would scream bloody murder that we're infringing on their First Amendment rights. And yet there are those in the media who will chastise and attack the rights that are guaranteed by the Second Amendment. I don't know how they can pick and choose what part of the Bill of Rights they want to enforce. All 10 of those rights in the Bill of the Rights are equally enforceable and equally important. I'm also amazed that we have folks in Washington in a very liberal administration that wants to extend the Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, and Eighth Amendment to enemy combatants and foreign terrorists, but they want to limit law-abiding citizens' rights under the Second Amendment. That makes absolutely no sense. Now, unlike some of the other folks you're going to hear from today, I'm not running for anything statewide. I came down from Geauga County because I'm here on a different mission. You know, we passed concealed carry, not as broadly as I would like and some of my brethren, but it was what we had to do to get initial concealed carry passed. And after we passed concealed carry, you know, the shootouts on the street corners that were predicted by the anti-gun folks didn't happen. In fact, the law-abiding citizens of Ohio have demonstrated exactly that which we trusted the law-abiding citizens of Ohio would do. They would act like law-abiding citizens. And so, I knew this speech was hot. I didn't think it was that hot. But when you look at, we've taken now incremental steps. Because the end of the world didn't come as predicted by the anti-gun lobbies, we've been able to make one set of changes to concealed carry. Now we need to take it to the next step, and that is Senate Bill 239, which is sponsored by Senator Jones, Senator Schaefer, myself, and others. And what that will do, will take away the current specifications for how you maintain the weapon inside a car. You're still going to have your hands up there and let the officer know that you're a concealed carry permit holder, but we're not going to go through the goat rope of whether it's in the right place at the right time. And more importantly, in 239, we're going to let you carry that weapon in a restaurant or a bar, because it's kind of ridiculous to trust law-abiding citizens to carry a weapon here and think that when they walk in here, they're going to lose their minds and suddenly become non-law-abiding citizens. And more importantly, we don't keep you from driving your car because you might drink. We punish you if you get caught drinking and driving the car. Well, if you go in a bar after we pass 239 and you start drinking, you're going to have a problem. But as long as you keep track and you have your weapon and stay in conformity with the law with respect to the alcohol consumption, you should be allowed to carry that weapon there. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, you should be allowed as a law-abiding citizen to carry your weapon concealed anywhere. I don't think you lose your mind when you walk into a church. I don't think you lose your mind when you walk into a bar. I don't think you lose your mind when you walk into that state house, although I think there are some people who do lose their minds when they walk into that state house. And I don't believe we should start making these artificial barriers. Either you have a right under Article 1, Section 4 to bear arms for your security, either you have a right to bear arms under the Second Amendment, either you're a law-abiding citizen and you should be entitled to exercise that right, or you don't. But we shouldn't draw lines that you suddenly become less law-abiding when you walk here than you do there. And it's time to start getting rid of those restrictions, and that starts with Senate Bill 239. And I'm not here to ask you to vote for me. I'm asking you to be here to help us get 239 passed. We're holding committee hearings on 239 this Wednesday at 10:30 right here in the Senate building on the other side of the State House. If you want to come down and support it, if you want to call your state senator and tell him vote for Senate Bill 239, it is my goal to get this bill passed out of the Senate by the first or second week of May so we can get it over to the House and get it done this year. We would gladly and appreciate your support to get it done.